Hello and welcome to the last group chat of 2020, where I'm joined by our usual panel of guests. So it's a warm welcome to David May, Danny Webber, Wes Brown and Ben Thornley. Let's find out how the boys are. Wes, well done. You got the memo about the Christmas jumpers. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Good, Sully, mate. Just in my car, though.
You're about to hit the gym, aren't you?
Maybe, maybe not. Stop being nosy.
You've got to try and earn your Christmas mince pies over the next few days, that's for sure. Maisie, what are you up to?
Nothing, so just waiting for you to get this show rolling, to be fair. It's 10 o'clock, but obviously, you know, you have to do your makeup and all that. So just waiting for you.
As per normal. Ben, how you doing? How much you enjoy the game yesterday?
Very much so. Yeah, I think it gave everyone a lift yesterday. It was great. Brilliant game.
Yeah, and Webbs, finally to you, mate. How's things? How much are you looking forward to Christmas?
Yeah, all good, mate. Just tying up a few loose ends over the next few days. But yeah, just making the most of whatever boundaries we're working within.
Yeah, not the best time. It's not been the best year overall, really, but we will look back on the year a little bit later. But first, we want to start with a few comments that people have been sending in for group chat. Ehab Amouri says, yes, group chat is back. Deal with it. Said this on our YouTube comment section. For real, we won't get past Sociedad. Focus on winning the FA and EFL Cups. Any trophy will do at this point, and of course, hopefully a top 4 place in the Premier League. Utani says we should drop out of the Europa League and focus on the Prem. And Glenn Fletcher says Maisie was right. That's unusual in itself. 12 days of Christmas before and after. Maisie, Glenn Fletcher's agreeing with you. 12 days of Christmas before and after. Explain.
Yeah. That's when you're supposed to put your tree up, not in the middle of November. Well, half the people, because they're in lockdown on the board. Yeah, 12 days, mate. That's what it's all about.
12 days after, yeah, I think I got involved with getting the deckies up as soon as possible because the year has been pretty poor, hasn't it? So just to try and add a little bit of joy as early as possible in the year. But generally everything's set for Christmas. I know it's going to be a bit of an unusual one. Maisie, how's yours going to be?
Yes, parents are coming round. So be a low-key affair. My mum doesn't really drink, but my dad does. Don't know where he gets that from or where I get mine from, but yeah, me and my dad will have a few beers, I'm sure. Quite one though.
Yeah, Wes, unusual for everybody, isn't it? How are you going to be spending yours?
I'm just at my mum's, to be fair. I think it's only my brother's side that's not coming. So there'll be just me and my sister at my mum's.
Yeah, we can bubble up just on Christmas Day, isn't it, Webb? So what are you doing on Christmas Day itself?
Mate, I'm not setting an alarm because when you got 4 kids, you don't need that. So that's for starters. But now, other than that, I'm just with the family, mate. Yeah, just with the family, is keeping it normal and just having a day where you can just turn your phone and keep your phone away and just be with your family. To be honest.
Will you not be up, Dan?
Hey,
will you not be up before them?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Not me, Maisie. I'm trying to get as much sleep as I can. That's why my mince pies are down here at the moment.
Talking of mince pies, how are you, Ben? How are you going to do it?
I might get a flight to North Korea. There'll be less restrictions.
Yeah, Ben, you're back down south where it's basically complete lockdown, isn't it?
Completely, yeah. And at least you guys are actually getting Christmas Day, but obviously the way they've discovered this mutated strain in Kent, which is obviously over the border from where I live, then they've taken the decision to just get rid of it all completely, which is, I know we have to deal with it, but, you know, I think it's the mental side of some people that were really looking forward to this 5-day bubble. And I think that's going to be the hard part for a lot of people, not being able to see friends and, well, certainly family anyway, that they were really banking on. Yeah,
definitely. We can appreciate that. It's not going to be the best of periods compared to normal, but we all make do. Let's start on a positive note, though, shall we? We'll talk about the game yesterday. Ben, you were doing commentary with Stuart for that. Just an unbelievable game, wasn't it?
Incredible. You always know what you're going to get from Leeds. They do not alter the way that they start matches. And you know what? I have to give Leeds, first and foremost, a lot of credit because you know, I can think of many teams that going 3-4-0 down, the heads would have dropped, but they kept doing exactly the same thing. And Bielsa has instilled the real mentality in them. And fair, you know, they contributed to a fantastic football game. But Manchester United, the 2 goals from Scott McTominay really set the tone. You know, with Leeds, that if you allow them to press you, they can cause you problems. United turned that completely on its head, and they were the one that did a lot of the early running and some really good goals. I don't think anybody, even the staunchest of optimists, could have thought that we would have been 4-0 up in that first half. But the way the lads played, they deserved all the plaudits. I thought it was a great performance.
Maisie, you were doing radio comms for MUTV. You used the word sublime a couple of times. Firstly, I didn't know you had that in your vocabulary. But second, you're spot on. Some of the football was sublime.
That was incredible. So, do you know what? If that score yesterday would have been 10-6, because they had chances. David made some unbelievable saves at times. So it could have been 10-6, and you wouldn't have thought, you know, any other thing. It was just a brilliant performance. And for Marcus and Martial not to get on the score sheet was mental. You know, Martial particularly could have had a hat-trick. He went for the Leeds goalkeeper, but as Ben touched on it, it was just a fantastic performance. You know, Scott came in, 2 goals in first 3 minutes, was it? Incredible. And once you get games like that, you know, you just want to put to, so you want to put 7, 8, 9 past them, because you know that's exactly what they wanted to do. But fair play to Leeds. They gave it a go and they kept going at it.
Yeah, they never stopped, that's for sure. Wes, I was looking, you were in the studio at the Warwick, weren't you, with us here on MUTV, and looking through the records, you know, there's been some big 6-2 wins in not too recent history. You were involved in a couple. You played at Brøndby when we won 6-2, and Newcastle away 6-2. What do you remember of them?
2 assists in them, that's what I remember. So, in both of them.
But it's an unusual scoreline, isn't it? It's an unusual scoreline, so, you know, they stick in the memory.
They did.
You know what, it was so, but what I was pleased with is I knew Leeds would get around the pitch, and I think we matched them. You know, completely matched them. We didn't stop. There was a lot of work put into that. And then ultimately, you know, when the way Leeds play, they're going to get left one-on-ones in certain situations. And we were just better than them. We do have better players than them, but we did take advantage of it. And it was a superb performance. Yeah.
Webbs, how did you watch the game?
Yeah, no, I was at home watching it, and to be fair, I missed the first 5 minutes and my phone was blowing up, and I thought, what's going on here? Scott scored, and I looked on Sky, and just before it comes up with the scorer, normally the minute comes up and the goal, so I'm waiting for the scorer, and it had Scott McTominay 2, and then it's had a number 3 next to it. I'm thinking Scott's never scored 2 in 2 like that, but you know, within 2 minutes. But yeah, brilliant, and top goals as well. Fair play to him. But that set the tone. From there on in, you know, Wes said there, we matched them for the running, because that's one of their biggest strengths, running people down and making sure they overwork them. And you know, late on in the game, I think we were sort of 5-10 minutes to go, and we were virtually level on the sort of distance we put in. So for me, I hope that's a prerequisite, because if we do that against everybody and overwork them and overrun them like that, then the quality's there, obviously, to shine through. So yeah, I thought it was a top result, top game, and for it being the first one with Leeds back in the Premier League, it was nice to lay the marker down like that.
Yeah, it certainly was.
I think, Sully, the way Leeds play was always going to bring out the best in Man United. And that's exactly what Wes just said. They're wide open, and if you can turn the ball over quickly, you're always going to get one-on-one situations, and we have got better players than they have, that's for sure.
Yeah, and Scott's 2 goals in the first few minutes was a Premier League record. And like the boys said, Maisie, it took them so well, both goals. But it's another record that tumbles in this unbelievable Premier League season.
Yeah, it did. First one was a great strike with his right foot. Second one, really quick feet. It was a great run as well. And I think it was Martial who laid him in. Great first touch and tucked it away with his left foot. Just a pity that he couldn't have got an hat-trick. You know, he had the opportunity there. Whether Bruno could have thrown in the ball and said, go on, get your hat-trick. But listen, I think that says a lot about Bruno as well. He wants to get on the score sheet. He was exceptional again yesterday. Just some top performances all around. Victor getting a goal as well. Just a real good all-round result. But we did give them chances as well, as you knew that Leeds would create chances. That's a worrying thing about it. You know, we did give them 2 or 3 really good opportunities to score, but you know, you can't take it away. It was a fantastic result and thoroughly deserved.
We take that result into the Everton game next. Wes, Carabao Cup quarter-final. What sort of test will that be?
Yeah, it'll be a different test, but it's one we're going to very confident, I think, after that win against Leeds. But, I mean, completely different style of play than them. So, again, if we keep the same attitude, we're more than capable of winning it because we know we've got the players to do it.
We won there really well in the league, Webbs, didn't we? Cavani on target in that game. It was a terrific win just before the last international break, which set us up in this brilliant run of form we're in. How much will that have an effect, if at all, on this game?
Again, it's in isolation, but it was nice that we went there. Considering Everton had such a good start to the season, we went there and again put in a good performance and got the win. So Cavani got a good, was good finish at the end when Bruno flipped him in. I'd probably think Cavani will get a bit of game time as well. He's been out a little bit, but Ollie's got to be cute now with how he manoeuvres and sort of swaps and changes the team because a lot of games over a short period of time. But I suppose it's been like that all season. So yeah, it'll be a good one, mate. And one I want to get through. I think I want to get through in every competition. I just think silverware this year is really important for us to progress on to the next step with Ollie.
You think there will be changes, Ben? There were 5 changes, wasn't there, for the game against Leeds from the match before. He seems to be rotating it and looking after the players because there is so much football at this time.
Yeah, and obviously with the slight injury concerns to Scott McTominay and Luke Shaw as well, and he really will want to be careful. But I think it's inevitable that he will make changes. Like Danny said, I think Cavani will probably start, maybe Donny van der Beek as well. We know it's going to be a tough game. They're neck and neck with us at the moment in the Premier League. They've got a great manager. They're seeing it as an opportunity to win a trophy as well. But with that close to Wembley, with the opportunity of playing either Brentford or Newcastle or maybe even Arsenal, I know City are still in it. I know Tottenham is still in it. But there's a really, really great chance that this is a way for us to get to Wembley and win a trophy, and that'll be huge because it's the first one.
That's important.
Not the first trophy. I meant the first trophy we played for in the season.
Yeah, but it would be, if we could get there, Maisie, it would offer Ollie a chance to pick up his first trophy as the manager, which would be a huge statement.
Yeah, of course it was. We missed out on 3 semi-finals last year, so it's important that we get through this game. As Ben said, a little bit of luck with a draw, and you're on your way to Wembley again. But yeah, I think Ollie deserves it. I think the way he's been in the club now for 2 years as manager, he's got rid of a lot of the dead wood that needed to get rid of. He's brought in fantastic signings, players that want to play for Manchester United, and he's slowly turning the club around and the team around to play the way we've always expected United to play, with attacking football. And yeah, he deserves it. He really does.
Yeah, then just a few days after that Everton game, Wes, it's Leicester on Boxing Day. What are your memories of playing on Boxing Day?
Yeah, I used to like it. So, you'd always have a sort of a good day on Christmas, depending if you was home or away. But at some point, obviously, you go in training. But you always get to see the family, so that cheers you up. But listen, I think as a footballer, you sort of get used to it, whether it's travelling away, staying in hotels Christmas Day. But listen, it's a bit of a nightmare probably for the rest of the family, but you're pretty much used to it and just get ready for the game.
Is that something you don't miss now, though, Webbs, having to play on Boxing Day so you can actually enjoy your Christmas with your family?
No, yeah, it's a bittersweet, innit? Because you do get the time with the family, but like you say, it was nice sometimes to get up on a Boxing Day and know you've got a game. But no, I enjoy it now. I do. I can put my slippers on at the end of the night and just keep having a few juices. That's how it goes. But yeah, it's nice you got this part. But I don't necessarily. It's not like good riddance to the games because I still love playing football where I can. Yeah,
definitely. But Leicester's tough, isn't it, Webbs? They are flying, Leicester. One of the form teams.
Yeah, no, brilliant. And they've kicked on again from last year. They started in a similar fashion. They'll always be a threat when you've got, the likes of Vardy and Maddison, who's coming back into a bit of form. They've done well. I think Johnny Evans is back in because they've had a few problems at the back. But yeah, they've done well. They're a good side. They're well organised. Brendan knows what he's doing. I think the only thing people have ever labelled at Brendan down here was he couldn't quite get it over the line like when he was with Liverpool. But his teams are always very good. They play attacking football, so they're a threat no matter what, no matter when we play them.
But our away form continues to be magnificent, Ben. So obviously you've been there to see us away from home in these 6 straight wins. Although coming from behind every time is something we want to sort out, isn't it? Because how often can we keep doing that?
Yeah, and no disrespect to any other teams, barring maybe the Southampton result. When you allow teams like Leicester to steal a march on you, it will be very difficult for you to get back into the game. And I think that is going to be the big test on Boxing Day, because we know that Leicester, as Daniel said, are a very, very good side, well organised, always with the threat in behind of Vardy, even Harvey Barnes as well, who's come to the fore this season. They do pose a massive threat. And United need to have the same start that they had yesterday against Leeds and get their noses in front. And the one wonderful thing about it is that with our away form, United don't need to fear anybody. That being said, they still need to be ready for a team like Leicester.
How crucial a game is it, Maisie, considering Leicester are right up there with us?
Well, that roughly they're going to be there or thereabouts end of the season. So if you can take points off the top teams, they did that at the weekend against Spurs. I think everyone probably was expecting Spurs to win that, but they've been fantastic. They really have, and it's one of those seasons where you're going to get strange results. I mean, Liverpool 7-0, us 6-2. Just results are strange. So, but we've got to address it, as Ben just touched on it there. We've got to start well. We can't afford to give Leicester a gold start. And do you know what? If we do, they know that they're going to be in a fight anyway because of our record. But the better teams, you cannot give 1-2-0 starts because they're clever enough to shut up shop and make it really difficult. The good thing is that Johnny Evans is back, and we know that he likes to always help United out. So,
Maisie, I wonder when was the last time that Liverpool and Man United both scored 6 and conceded 6 and 7 in the same season?
Mental,
unbelievable.
It is.
And I think City have conceded 5 against Leicester and scored 5 in one home game against Burnley.
Yeah.
So it is an unprecedented season. It's really strange.
Get your noses in front, and then you've got a great chance.
That leads us on actually nicely, Ben, saying it's been an unprecedented season, to a look back at 2020, which obviously has been the most unusual and difficult years for many reasons. But when you look back on the year as a whole, Ben, how much progress do you feel United have made?
Well, definitely. I think all of a sudden now there are people that are starting to take note that, should United win the game in hand, they're within touching distance to Liverpool at 2 points. And we don't take any team lightly, but I think that United have made a statement that they are ready to challenge. Some people probably didn't think that this year they would be, and it may be, next year, give Ollie time in the seat. But I think that with the way that the results have gone that we've just been speaking about, I think United are there or thereabouts. And I have to say that the governing bodies or whatever they are in Europe and both there and at home, I think they've done an absolutely amazing job of bringing football back to our TV screens and to our stadia. And even at some stage at this season, we've had fans in, and some people are still enjoying that luxury. So I think they deserve a lot of credit for the way they've organised that as well.
Yeah, certainly entertained us while we've been locked down and unable to go out and do the usual things, Maisie. But when you look back on 2020 as a whole, from where we were beginning of the year till where we are second place now, just behind Liverpool, third place just behind Liverpool, how much progress do you feel Ollie is making with this group?
Yeah, leaps and bounds. you know, we did ever so well to finish the season up in getting into third. And then we started the season a little bit slow, a couple of poor results early on, but we've bounced back and we're on an absolute amazing run. But do you know what? We're actually playing really, really good football as well. And it's just a pity that the fans aren't there to watch it, because yesterday we've been absolutely bouncing. But as Ben touched on it, you know, the governing bodies have done a remarkable job. And fingers crossed we can get the fans back as soon as possible, because this season is going to be really, really exciting. Every single game, there's going to be goals, you know that. But we've just got to make sure that we do our job, and we've got a great chance of winning the league. We really do. And I know it's only, you know, Christmas time, but get through this Christmas period and we're there or thereabouts. Normally, after Christmas, that's when we start getting runs together.
Wes, it's no coincidence that our form has drastically improved since the arrival of Bruno back in January. You know, it's just seems like yesterday he walked through the doors of this building and instantly transformed the place. Just how special a player has he been for us?
Yeah, it's crazy what he's done. So absolutely crazy. I don't think anyone expected it. Even when we bought him, you know, there wasn't many teams. It didn't look like going after him. You know, so I mean, it's an absolute gem what Ollie's obviously brought in, and he definitely has completely changed the team. You know what he brings to the team, his goals and assists. He's always looking to improve. He doesn't stop. Every game he keeps on trying. You know, 100% will be a legend already with what he's done in this short period of time. And it only seems like he only wants to get better. You know, he always wants to score. He's always looking for that pass. He gets around the pitch really well. You know, he doesn't ever look like he's slacking off, even in his defensive work. So, I mean, what a signing. You couldn't have really asked for much more.
No, absolutely, yeah. Only Mo Salah has scored more goals, I think, in the Prem than Fernandes in 2020, and no one's assisted more times than him, Webbs. And the stats are there for everyone to see, but does he contribute much more than what the stats just say?
I think, well, yeah, of course he does. It's interesting as to whether we would have signed him, because this time last year, if we're going back a year, we had McTominay out, we had Pogba out, we were struggling in the middle of the park for that level of quality. And I think the timing of us needing to make a signing, bringing him in, I don't think anybody expected for him to light it up the way he has. But he's brought much more than just goals, which are obviously valuable. The standards he's set for himself mean that he looks around and expects the same from other people. He dictates what he needs from his players. And I always go back to for his first game when Wan-Bissaka was running up, and he stopped and he's telling Wan-Bissaka, look, run up there, this is where I need you. And he's just, giving that sort of guidance that's needed, because we were quite a quiet team before that. So he's vocal about it. He does this talking also with his feet, and he's been fantastic. And when he comes and talks to the media, he owns it, and he's done everything right that you'd expect from a Man United player, and he's been a top addition to the club.
Speaking of doing everything right as a Man United player, Ben, Marcus has had a sensational year, hasn't he? Not just on the pitch, but of course, even more notably off it.
Yeah, culminating in the award that he was recognised with last night. And yeah, he has done sensation. I mean, we've spoken about it on so many occasions, that he's used his own experiences and his own platform to catapult this charge that he's got of looking after people that he knows need it, challenging the government, taking them on, winning. I think that for somebody of his tender years, and they still are tender years, to have so much influence is just absolutely incredible what he's managed to achieve, and he's getting better on the field as well, but off the field he's just been sensational.
Wes, how proud does it make you, as someone who's come right through the academy and played many times in the first team, how proud does it make you of what the academy is doing and the kind of young person it's bringing up?
Yeah, well, it's in the history, innit? So, to bring these young players through, help them out, make them into young men. And, Marcus is a very good example of that. And, that will keep on happening as well. Obviously, football speaks first, but I think after that, Marcus, what he's done outside of football as well is pure intelligence and something where he wants to give back, and he's done it in completely the right way.
But yeah, we love what he's done off the pitch, Maisie. We're also loving what he's doing on the pitch, and he continues to put impressive performances in for the team and score vital goals.
Yeah, he's an integral player now, so he's going to be here for the long haul. You know, what is he, 22, 23 now? Phenomenal. He's got 10 years in front of him at this fantastic club. And if you look at the average age of the team, you know, it's very similar to when, you know, the class of 92 lads came in, 25, 26. This team's only going to get better, and Marcus is going to be an integral part in that.
Great stuff, guys. Always great to speak to you. I'll leave the last word to you all, though, to wish our viewers a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Start with you, Ben.
Yeah, I hope everybody has a great day on Christmas Day. And one thing I can guarantee is it'll be better than mine.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Wish you and your families well. And hopefully next year will be a better one for everybody.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Get your Christmas jumpers on. Try and enjoy it. And I hope you all have a great New Year.
Good luck and have a fantastic Christmas Day. Plenty of drinks, plenty of food, and plenty of fun. Have a great time.